I'm in the process of clearing out my home to sell right now, and we had some snafus along the way because when we got back from our honeymoon overseas for 2 weeks, we came to a huge hole in the dining room ceiling here from a leaking toilet upstairs. So that was nice. It was just a lot of damage. Oh, I'm sorry for the shaky camera. A lot of flooding. It went all over the dining table and it seeped into the family room and through the kitchen as well. So we got things replaced finally, and we got things repaired, and we decided to just do all engineered hardwood throughout the first floor and kitchen as well. And so they patched up the ceiling. Actually, I'm really impressed with how they patch up the ceiling because we use like really old 80s style popcorn ceilings, and they just needed to patch up part of it, but they were able to pretty much have no noticeable lines throughout. Here, they were replacing all around this side. That's where it collapsed, but into the living room, they didn't need to replace that. So they were able to seamlessly patch up the ceiling. And it's not really noticeable at all to me what was patched and what wasn't. In the kitchen, so some things, I'm gonna work on replacing these blinds. So I got new ones, like the blind handle kind of broke years ago, and I just never got around to fixing it. And so every time I open it, it has to open this way. So yeah, we're gonna replace that. I'm gonna hire more painters to paint more of the house. I tried to paint the first floor powder room myself, thought it would be an easy job. However, this is all I got done. It was like a dark tan color before, after. So I put like at least 1 to 2 hours to prep it, kind of tape it off. And then 2 hours of painting only got me this far. As you can see, it's still very patchy in the corners. And so over here, this back wall, I went over it. I don't know if you could see it on camera, but I went over it 3 or 4 times, and I made the mistake of not letting it dry enough or using any primer underneath. So you could see, like, as I went over it more, it took off more of the paint, which was really frustrating. So I was like, you know what? Let me leave it to the professionals. 2 hours kicked my butt trying to get this done. I am not a professional painter, so I'm gonna hire painters to do the rest of that. Other things, so the realtor did have some good suggestions. For instance, I lived here for 10 years and I really didn't replace anything. I didn't know when those smoke detectors get that yellow color like that. It's supposed to be white. When it gets yellow, it means it's old, it's time to replace. So I'm gonna replace that and have an electrician come replace that as well. She also recommended if you could replace like the outlet switches, we could do that too. So I actually replaced it. It was like this wood before, and she said it was outdated, so I just kind of put like stock replacements. That wasn't too expensive as well. So right now I am working on, definitely first and foremost, clearing out the bathrooms for the painters to come and paint and have space to paint what they need. But I'm also trying to clear out more of the house. Right now, I live with my husband at our new townhouse, but we need to clear it out for an open house soon. So I'm trying to get everything cleared. So this is my bedroom. I made a video of cleaning up my bedroom before and cleaning up around my house, but now is where we're gonna try to clear out everything, except the realtor wanted to keep a bed and headboard in here for staging our guest bedroom. This is what I need to clean up as well here. And then that bathroom's pretty much cleared out. This is the problem bathroom that had the leaky toilet, and that's all cleared out. But that's going to be painted as well. So that's pretty much cleared out there. So I'm going to be working on clearing this out the next few days. All right. I'm finally donating these stacking cubes that I got back in college almost 20 years ago, and I've used them for the past decades to use as my drawers. So I still have a lot of college furniture. It's really cheap. I got it from Bed Bath and Beyond, but it was so useful. I used it as shoe racks, and then I used it as like actual clothes drawer dresser and just holding different knickknacks. So I'm finally donating these, but they were so useful, but it's time to finally retire them.
I'm using the system of 2 boxes to organize, 1 box for trash and 1 box to donate. And I tried putting trash in bags at first, but then I realized the bags would get so dang heavy with all the stuff I wanted to throw away. So I feel like boxes are better. And so here I am organizing different things. And that table in the back, I'm leaving stuff on that I don't know what to do with, whether I want to keep them or just deal with them later. So you'll see that table getting filled up more as the video goes on, but I try to keep it in a small space to limit myself.
I wanted to have this recorded, but when I was laid off for an entire year and I couldn't find a job, I kept this notebook and I made a tab for all the freaking interviews I got. A lot of them final rounds, and where I just didn't get an offer at all. But every time I had an interview, I would make a page or two and write notes. For instance, this is a little bit of my Google interview and stuff. And then, let's see, others. We have Volkswagen, T-Mobile, consulting companies, consulting cases, Kava, Total Wine, Netflix. Okay, so then all my interview notes would be here, and that's where I would have my research. As I was having the interview, I would always have this notebook with me to jot down the names of the interviewers who I would be working with, and just any notes about the job that I was applying to. So actually, I think I'll keep this notebook and see what happens. Okay, this might be really sad, but I think I'm gonna throw this away. This is my art portfolio, and sometimes I would even bring it to interviews because as a data analyst, sometimes you have to make things look pretty. So one of the things I made, I think, in early high school was a sketch of this poem based on the flying cat. So that's a flying cat. I'm really proud of that one. And the quote goes, "He knows little planets or satellites, black holes in space, or the weightless rise of fear." So it's about this cat owner that was bringing their cat on an airplane for the first time. And of course, as many cat owners would be, they were terrified of how their cat would fare in the back of the plane. And yeah, it kind of goes on to show like the cat was probably aloof the whole time and didn't know what was going on. Other things, this is a crayon little portrait of, I don't know who I was basing it on, just like, I don't like it, but I included it in my portfolio. This is one of my first MS Paint drawings. I really want to get back into making digital art with MS Paint. It's so much fun. So this was one of the first ones I made of a rose. And this one actually I just used I believe I just used the pencil tool. This was when I was 13 years old. We did some drawings in art class. The first time I did one of the grid drawings, so a little basset hound there. I'm hiding my full name if I have it. This one is The Perfect Pair, just a little sketch I did. I hung this up on my bedroom wall for a while. That's the perfect pair. I tried to draw a Marilyn Monroe, but I don't like her eyes. I don't really like her eyes, but this is my Marilyn Monroe. I was really soft on everything except the pupils, as you can see, but I was trying to base off like one Marilyn Monroe drawing. Anyways, this one I wanted to just draw a random line on a piece of paper. So I just like swiped a random line and I was like, what can I make from that? So I think this was a line, the top of the wing here. And I decided to make like a sleeping fairy in the rain or something. And yeah, I think that's it. Actually, that's my portfolio. I think I want to throw it away because these drawings don't serve me anymore. I kind of have it recorded here in case I don't know, ever want to remind myself what I drew in the past. But I don't think these drawings are that good. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm just gonna throw it away. Watercolor I did recently, which I actually kind of like because it shows, this was like right outside my door, right outside my bedroom window. It had like all the different colors of the leaves and it showed, you know, from very green to falling leaves. And I was just amazed that all three of these trees with these different colors were outside my bedroom window. So I decided to paint it. I made a short of this. So I think it's time for me to let it go, throw it away.
There was a time in my life where I would keep every scrap of paper if I thought I could still write on it, because I always thought I need it at a later time. But I've been more drastic and intentional on throwing specific things away, even though it does make me sad sometimes to throw away things that I could use or other people could use, but like pieces of paper and other things I decided to throw away. For instance, there's this art supply chest that I've had, and I love doing art, but I haven't used those paints in years, and they're probably really bad right now, so I decided to just toss it. Luckily, I didn't spend too much money on it, but at the same time, it just keeps me intentional and makes me think of what to buy in the future as well. I am trying to live a more minimalist lifestyle. So, for instance, I had 2.5 full closets of clothes, and to my new house, I'm bringing just a handful of clothing, and I'm seeing what I could wear in the same styles or over again without having to have much of a need for fashion per se. So I'm donating a lot of clothes, pretty much all of my purses, a lot of games, and I could always get those games later when I need them. But right now, space is a huge commodity for me.
I'm keeping these books, Time Cat and Kite Runner. I've read this so many times. It's my favorite childhood book. And this one is definitely a tearjerker. I don't know if I'll read it again. I saw the movie, both phenomenal. I love the author Khaled Hosseini. But yeah, I'm keeping these ones. I'm donating the rest. All my old Sims 1 jewel cases that I got. I have a tutorial on my gaming channel on how to install these and have them on your computer forever so you don't need these anymore. So I am donating a little Half-Life instruction manual. Okay, after about 30 minutes, an hour, I got everything on the floor organized. This, I have to give some stuff to my parents, and then some stuff would be good to bring home. Just that little pile. This is our trash, this is our donations, and everything on that chair is going to be donations too. And now I gotta work through, I think I pretty much got those. Those are going to be donations. Donation, bring home, trash, some donations maybe there. Okay, here's the update. I finished pretty much organizing all of my bedroom. So trash, donate, keep that because that's important documents. Donate, pretty much donate everything here. Maybe I'll keep some nail polishes. Trash, donate, donate,
trash stuff and donate the shredder. This is stuff I don't know what to do with yet. I think I want to keep them. These are my journals and some old lyrics that I want to make into some songs. I don't know how to dispose of this Samsung battery because I don't want it to explode. Yeah, so other stuff I'm probably just going to keep because I could use some of this stuff. Everything in the closets I could donate, pretty much, so I left them in there. Bathroom's cleared out for painting. Yeah, so bedroom is pretty much done. I'm going to keep this dresser. It's really compact and really light. So I have the clothes that I want to keep all stuffed in here and some other items. So I'm going to bring that to the new house. All right, so this will be cleared out very soon.